an ancient Egyptian queen pops out and tells me how to play dominoes or some shit. Oh, not that one. This one. No, not that one. This one. Alright. Alright. Alright, we are in the study. And I need to get my notebook. I have a notebook that's filled with, like, the ravings of, like, a crazy man, as I'm playing through this game. Like, I just have, like, all of my notes written down. Hold on, let me find a pencil. Oh, so it looks like I'm not the only person that has 0 escape notes. Mine aren't very... Like, I started making notes, and then I started just being like, hey, why don't I take a picture of this on my phone? But I'm pretty sure I need one. I'm gonna need it for this. So my notes are not very robust. I'm gonna need to go back here. Nautical table. Study nautical table. Okay, so it's backward. Everything is backwards. So it's south, west, southeast, northeast, east, north, east. They were scribbled on a piece of cardboard. That's hilarious. Alright. So I need to go south. And stop. And then west. And stop. And then southeast. Northeast. East. North. And last but not least, east. That's a good news. Yay, you did it, Junpei. Good boy, who's a go- What the fuck? Ah, knock it off. Hey, we don't have time for scrolling around right now. Check out the right side of the monitor. Just kind of slid open and something came out. Oh, yeah. I heard a noise too. You know that big box in the hall by the exit? I think it made a noise. Like something unlocking, you know? A noise, huh? Helm emblem. Okay. What's this? Let's see what happens when I... Whoa! Oh, now we've got something on the screen at least. Huh? What is this? Oh, wait a minute. I saw something like this when I figured out the Morse code puzzle back in the communications office. Morse code? Yeah. The dots on here look like dits for Morse code. There are 2 dots on the first line, 4 on the second, and 1 on the last. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, perhaps you should give it a shot anyway. Alright, I'll try. Before I do that, though, maybe I ought to run through the instructions. If I just tap the button, it'll enter a dit. If I hold the button down, it'll enter a da. Once we enter our answer, it'll automatically determine if it was correct answer or not. Alright, let's do this. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I don't know the answer yet. Oh wait, so is the answer literally just No. It's a sliding panel, just like the last one. Open. There's nothing written on these pieces of paper. Like, we got 3 sheets of the stuff. Alright. Wait. Okay, so I need to answer... Alright, so I've got... Alright, so... Is it ice? Is it ice because it's Alice? Is that what it is? I mean, like, ice was something that we talked about. And also, like, okay, so here's my reasoning on that. I'm gonna feel like a genius if I'm correct. So we on the first, it's got to be divided where the first line is one letter, the second line is another letter, and the third line is another letter. So there's only certain letters that, like, the last one could only be a dot or a dash. So E or literally E or T. So it's the last is either E or T. The second one could be either A, I, N, that's not it. So I'm guessing that I'm gonna guess it's ice, so it would be it'd be dot slash dot slash dot dot. That's my guess because ice is something that has come up in the game before. Did it. Woo! I feel smart. I see. It seems you have solved the puzzle, Junpei. Excellent work. The answer was ice. How did you know? All I had to do was listen to the sounds the machine made. After that, it was a trivial matter to decode them. Ah, yes. I believe I heard the noise from somewhere on the right side of the device after you solved the puzzle. It sounded rather like something sliding open. Did you see anything that could have made that noise? Gimme. Oh, is that a Baccarat table? No. Alright, is there another monitor? What is this? Holy shit. Dude, that is pretty damn creepy. There's a coffin in there. A coffin. Oh man, does Seven think... Yeah, he's all pale. He's thinking the same thing I am. No way. Could this be... I'm sorry, but what's going on? It's a coffin! I wonder if there's a vampire in it. Right, I guess Clover and Snake don't know the story. Man, I can't bring myself to tell them. Well, at any rate, let's have a look around. There's a metal plaque on the column. Snake's touching it. All ice. Ah, the 2 machines. Well, holy shit. Man, this is serious. Oh well, let's open it, shall we? Clover, if you could give me a hand. Okay, I got it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ah! Oh, it's locked. No luck. It doesn't seem to be ready to open. Yeah, but it's not like it's screwed shut or something. Yes, I believe it's locked in some other way. Hey, Seven, you think you could open it up with your superhuman strength? No, What's wrong? I think I'll just pass on this one, okay? What the heck? Very well. We'll just have to give up on the coffin for now. Let's look around at the room a little more, shall we? Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the forest of knowledge beneath the navel of the gigantic. Is that actually true? Okay, so is this more Morse code? Damn, no dice. There are 3 monitors here. The power's on, but there's nothing on any of the screens. It's so small. I wonder what it is. I got no idea. Oh, this is another monitor. The screen is huge. There's something on the screen now. What's this? There are 15 cells here with letters and numbers in them. Let me see that. Ah, I see. So whenever you touch a cell, the numbers next to it turn on or off. All you gotta do is use that to make all cells on the right and bottom green. Hey Junpei, I found this piece of paper under that thing. You wanna take a look at it? Do you think it might have something to do with the puzzle? It's a piece of paper Clover gave me. There are a bunch of numbers and letters connected by equal signs on it. Just like she said, this is probably related to the puzzle on the screen somehow. Thanks, Clover. This really helps. Hehehe. Alright, let's get back and try again. Anyway, it looks like I just need to make all the cells all green. Oh, it's... Okay, so it's more... So we just need to make 11, right? No, we need to make 21. Oh, no. Wait, hold on. Just give me a second to look at this. I'm sorry, I don't have exactly riveting commentary right now. I'm just really thinking. Perfect. This one is hard. It looks hard. It looks hard. Because it seems that the numbers are, like, what you need it to do is add up to, well, You need it to add up to 21, it looks like, for some of them. Or does it need to be 21? Because, like, it's hard enough to figure out, like, there's the puzzle in and of itself is figuring out, like, which one of these actually needs to disappear. All right, let's note take. So what we actually need filled out is, okay, so let's figure this out. We need 1 F5. I'm trying to do it all at once, and that's just stupid. So we need let's ignore the numbers for now. Let's just use process of elimination to figure out what actually, so like this needs to be filled in. So we've got a tic-tac-toe board basically. So I'm gonna draw a tic-tac-toe board, and we need the middle row all filled in. And then we need the top one, we need the 6 to be here. For this. Let's reset that. We need this one, we need the bottom left filled in, but not the top right. And then we need this all filled in. So the only thing, so we just need to make some sequence where this is blank and this is blank. I can do that. All right. This one is considered the hardest puzzle in the game. So, at this point, I used to have a little, like, handheld game thing. Like, the numbers, what's on here, like, what's written on here doesn't actually matter. I just need where the D is to be blank and where the B is to be blank and everything else filled in, and then I got it. That's the puzzle. Yeah, the puzzle is just getting everything else figured out. Go away. Go away. There we go. You did it, Junpei! You're so smart! Seems to have done an excellent job and solved the puzzle. Just what have I expected of you, Junpei? Hey, come on, you're embarrassing me. That looks confusing because you think you have to do math when you don't. Like, it's actually weird, the hexadecimal key doesn't help you at all. It's a red herring. Look at this. Check out the right edge of the control panel. It slid open and something came out. Yeah, okay. There was something else. I heard some kind of noise from behind the shutter. You think maybe the coffin's unlocked now? What? Now I want to go to an escape room. Hey, Dapple, you want to go to an escape room with me and Lupe? Alright, fine. I'll open it. Okay, Junpei, you can do this. It's just a box. It's just a box. Oh, holy shit, this is a coffin. There's gonna be something horrible in here. I just know it. It's gonna be Snake again. Okay, okay. Deep breaths. Here we go. Oh, man, there's nobody in there. We gotta find a Titanic theme one. Oh, God. Shit, I can't believe I was scared of something like that. What do you mean nobody? Were you expecting someone to be in there? It's a long story. Ask Junpei about it sometime. Well, just like Seven said, there's nobody in there. There is something in there, though. Well, two somethings, actually. What is that? There are two things in the bottom of the coffin. Looks like we got a plate with an emblem on it and... the Neptune key! Yes, we finally found it. Now we can get through the hallway. Interesting that the Neptune key is here. That's correct, Clover, but we do need to get out of this room first, you know? Yeah, I know. Okay, let's get the hell out of here as quickly as possible. I don't have any objections to that. I don't think we'll use the Neptune key in this room. It's really important, though, so I'll keep it in my pocket for now. As far as the other thing goes, coffin emblem. Alright, I put the emblems and the 4 indentations on the desk, but... huh? Nothing's happening. Wait, what's Snake doing? I feel symbols engraved above each indentation. On the upper left is the steering wheel symbol. On the upper right, the cross symbol. The bottom left is the mysterious circle symbol. And lastly, the waffle pattern is engraved near the bottom of the right indentation. Additionally, each symbol has to be given a number. 1 steering wheel, 2 cross, 3 mysterious circle, and 4 waffle patterns. Perhaps we need to insert the emblems in this order? That order, huh? Whoa! Well, now we got something on the monitors, at least. What's that? Looks like it's some kind of puzzle. Wonder if these are the rules. Here, I'll read them to you. When you touch a numbered area, that area will be selected, and it will turn blue to indicate this. Touching a numbered ball after selecting an area will cause that ball to be moved to that area. However, you cannot move the red balls. You can only move 3 to 5 balls into a single area. Press the check button once you have moved all of the balls except for the red ones, which you cannot move. The digital roots of the ball in an area must match the number for that area. That's it. Huh, still don't really get it. Whatever, like they say, practice makes prefects. Let's give it a shot! Don't you mean practice makes perfect? Hey, let's see you solve the next one. Then you can make fun of me. I mean, okay, so... I mean, didn't we do this? Wasn't this a thing that happened in the game? Right? Well, I mean... oh, whoop. So we need... yeah, that was easy. Okay, this is it, right? But nothing's happening. There are still 3 more indentations left empty. Imagine something will happen when they are all filled. Doesn't that seem likely? We love digital roots. Digital roots are great. There's the numbers 1 and 4 written above them. So, cross. Alright. Hey, Junpei, something showed up on the screen. The puzzle looks a lot like the last one. Yeah, but there's more than those red balls you can't move. Numbers for each are different too. They've got the same rules as the last one, though. You sure you don't want to double check that? Nah, I'll be fine. If I get confused, I can just look at the screen over there, right? Anyway, like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Let's give this a shot. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Hey, shut it! At least I'm trying, alright? Okay, so, again, we do... So you need so 3, 6, 7 go into 7, so all of the rest go in this. Oh wait, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. Oh, whoop. My bad. I didn't mean to. Oh, I have such a keyboard. So it has to be a, I forget who went through the 7 door. Just give me a second. Sorry, I'm kind of tired today. Alright, we need 16, so we need... Oh, we need 2 and 4 would work, so why don't we do... Oh, what am I doing? Alright, 3 and 4 won't work. I don't feel like doing math, so... So it's gotta be 2 and 5. 2 and 5. But... Now, what do you mean? Okay, fine. Oh, why am I so sleepy? Why am I so sleepy today? So I can't get a group of... Oh, I can do it that way. Okay, my bad. My bad. I thought I had to put everything in one first. So I was just trying to do a couple combinations of 7. Okay, so I can do 2. Oh, no, I can't do that one. I can do 3, 6, 7, and then what will the rest one be? This is 6, 11, 19. Yeah, that would work. Yeah. No, I didn't understand the puzzle. I thought I had to do the one on the left and the one on the right first, and there was only I thought it had to be split into 4 and 2 because I had to go in order. So I was just being overly lazy and not doing the math, and it'd be like, oh, if I only have 2 numbers, there's only so many ways to make 7, but I didn't realize I could, like, drop it into... I didn't realize I could split them up. Alright. Alright, so this one. Don't you think you should double check it? No! No! You can't think of anything clever. Please don't strain yourself. You might hurt something. Shut up! Just give me a break, alright? I'll think of something. Alright, so... 7 and 7. Okay, so we'll do 4, 5, 7, and 2, 6, 8. Yep. That'll work. Excellent work, Junpei. You only got 1 left. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Let's see what happens when I put the emblem of the coffin into this indentation. This is the 4th one. This puzzle looks a lot like the last couple. I think this is probably the last one. Once we solve this puzzle, I'm sure something will happen. Alright. I'll solve it in no time. 8 has to be 4, 5, 8. And this one has to be 2 and 7 and check. Are you sure about that game? Are you sure about that? What? Okay, that's interesting. Huh. What? You need 3 people to go through a door. Oh, okay, so you didn't need to actually solve the last one. Okay. Huh, where'd that noise come from? Underneath the keyboard? Way to go, Junpei. You answered all the questions. Damn, Junpei, good job. Hey, did you hear something just now? Yes, I heard that as well. From the bottom left corner of the desk, I believe. Gimme. Oh, it's all the people.
Picture.
In the drawer. Drawer. How do you pronounce this where you're from? Type it in chat how you pronounce this. Drawer or drawer? I pronounce it drawer. He picked it up. It was a photograph of 4 men.
What the?
Oh. Involuntarily, Junpei's eyes shot up. He'd seen 3 of them before.
What the hell is this?
Drawer? You pronounce say drawer? Okay.
This man with a mustache on the right.
Also, is it a bagel or a bagel where you live? Or is it water or wooder? Is it a crayon or crayon? I could do this forever.
He's the same guy we found murdered in the captain's quarters. He had the 0 bracelet on his left arm. And this second man, with the glasses and a doctor's coat. He's the 9th man, the one with bracelet number 9. He died after he went into door 5. But this guy, the one in the striped suit... Oh man, that's Ace.
Yeah, I guess it is.
So one thing I was thinking about, we know how everybody is connected back to the incident 9 years ago, except for Junpei, unless there's something really, really obvious that I missed. Couple things that I don't understand. When did the guy all the way on the right, the main stockholder, when did he get murdered? I don't know when that happened. And also, if this was all just a revenge plot, why not just kill them?
No doubt about it.
7 and Clover had some peer over Junpei's shoulders. Had come to peer over Junpei's shoulder.
What does it mean? What is Ace doing in this picture? Not only Ace, the 9th man and Cap, too.
As Junpei looked closer, he noticed the expression on each man's face. Their smile suggested that they were close, at least to some degree. Exactly, what's the point of this game? I don't know.
And they look happy, like they knew each other well. Why? How? How in the world are these 4 men connected?
Snake's voice broke into Junpei's thoughts.
You say Ace is in that picture?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was taken recently, though. Ace, the 9th man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger.
Ah, so the 9th man and the man you found murdered in the captain's quarters are also in the picture?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else? Or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see it.
No, there's one more guy. He's got kinda long hair, he looks smart, but a little cold. He's the only one I don't recognize.
Clearly, if Zero just wanted to kill these 4 people, he could have easily done it, so why go through the motions of recreating the game? I don't know. Maybe he cared about the results of the experiment. Snake knit his eyebrows.
What's the date of the photograph?
It doesn't have one.
Did you look on the back?
Back?
Yes, the reverse. The other side.
Junpei flipped the picture over.
Huh.
There it was. To be precise, it wasn't a date, but it was certainly significant. Praying this it'll say it. He read it out loud so that Snake would not be left in the dark.
Praying for the success of the Nonari project. With Nijisaki, Kubota, and Musashido.
Nonary Project. Nijisaki. Kabuta. Mushashido. Junpei immediately flipped the picture back over.
Then the 4 men in this picture were the organizers of the Nonary game 9 years ago.
Since Hongu wasn't mentioned, Jimmy figured that it could only mean he'd written the words on the back himself.
That means Ace, the 9th man, and Cap were all responsible for making it happen. But I feel like I should be more shocked about this. It's almost as if that's just how things were always supposed to be.
That their true identities did not come as a surprise was what Junpei found most surprising.
Why? Why am I not surprised? Ace was the one in charge of the Nonary Project. But why? Why am I so calm? It's like I already knew.
Oh, wow.
Ah, of course. I understand now.
Junpei looked over at Snake. In his own confusion, he had missed the dark look on the other man's face.
Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Gentaro Hongo.
Ace is Hongo?
Even as he asked, Junpei felt as though he'd already known. Almost as if he had whispered into his head that, yes, of course Ace was Hongo.
I had my suspicions from the beginning. Their voices were similar. Too similar to be a coincidence. I could never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil.
I thought he had a very nice voice.
Couldn't be sure, though. After all, I had no way to check. I certainly couldn't ask him. Even if I had known, however, I would never have told you. Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Huh?
I didn't know that Ace was Hongo.
Oh, yes. I suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago, you were in Building Q in Nevada, but Hongo was in the Gigantic with us.
I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But why? Why didn't you tell me? I mean, I'm your sister, right? You could have told me.
I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I'd told you, Clover, you would have told everyone else. And if you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that.
Clover and Snake's conversation wasn't of particular interest to Junpei. He still couldn't make sense out of his strange feelings of knowledge. He was trying to organize his thoughts when he heard Seven's voice.
Hey, Junpei. You think I could borrow that picture for a sec?
Sure.
He had no reason to say no, so Junpei handed the picture over. Seven stared at the picture and began to mutter the 4 names of the project's leader over and over to himself.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido.
Is his memory gonna come back? His brow was furrowed and his face was flushed.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido.
He chanted their names to himself, pacing back and forth across the floor.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido.
Seven shouldn't have known their names. After all, he hadn't been there when Junpei and Snake had spoken them in the library. But as Junpei watched him pace, it was clear that he did know them.
Hey, Seven, do you...
Shut it! Just be quiet.
His eyes were red, and Junpei could see sweat beginning to bead on his forehead.
I'm this close to remembering. This close.
He was sweating heavily now, but his lips were dry.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido. Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nonary Project.
Then he stopped. Seven set down the picture and looked at the red light near his feet. His eyes narrowed. Then suddenly his eyes went wide and he shot up straight.
Shit.
What?
What's wrong?
Holy shit, this is nuts.
What's nuts?
I remember
Remember what?
everything.
Everything?
Yeah, I remember all of it. My memory's back. I remember what happened before I got snatched.
Oh shit! Seven's voice was filled with excitement.
What?
Shock and excitement had frozen Junpei in place along with Clover and Snake and Clover.
Let me tell you what happened.
Seven hastily drew a shaking hand across his mouth and began to speak.
Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo. From the right, the other 3 are Musashido, Nijisaki, and Kubota. Musashido was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man. And Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiments.
Realization began to draw on Junpei along with a pressing question.
How do you know all this?
Come on, man, I told you, I finally got my memory back.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place, before you forgot it.
Seven rubbed the scar on his chin.
You really want to know?
Of course.
Yeah.
Me too.
Snake was the only one who didn't voice any sort of agreement. It looked to Junpei as if he were simply waiting to see where Seven's sudden recovery might take them.
This is gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything.
Well, we don't have 3 days.
Just give us the short version, alright?
Short version, huh?
The big man pulled off his hat and scratched his head. He made a face and put his hat back on.
Alright, fine. Give it a shot. No promises, though.
Junpei and Clover nodded earnestly. Dots, dots.
I'm a detective. It's a little awkward to say this about myself, but you could probably consider me a lone wolf type. I hold to my own code, as I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told.
Loose cannon cop who doesn't play by the rules.
That's why I followed my
Loose
gut.
cannon cop who doesn't play
A
by
slim
the
lead
rules.
brought me to the wharf. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as fuck, and I could barely see squat.
For some reason, every time there is profanity in this game, I'm like, oh my god, this is a DS game and it had profanity. Just imagine playing this on the bus and Seven says fuck.
I was investigating a mess of kidnappings, all of them children. It all had one thing in common. A history of visits to one particular hospital.
It feels like profanity on the DS should be illegal or something. I don't know why, but it feels like it should be.
A hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. And my investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little sweet talking, I managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle. My source told me this.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
So I headed to the wharf. In the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about.
I want to play the Pokemon game where you get to say fuck.
There was a bunch of movement there. Men in black suits, many of them were carrying large bags.
And you didn't bring any backups?
There was something about the way they moved as they were carried. No doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding, with my gun already in my hand.
Don't move.
I felt metal touch the back of my head.
Drop the gun. I could kill you right now. It'd be easy to get away with it, too. Just tie an anchor to your feet, and no one would find you for a week. That what you want? The fish here would love a meal.
He kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle.
A drug?
That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that.
This is a good story, so I do want to play it again. See if he said... Actually, he might say something different than the last time we found him.
I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts. I did a quick once-over of the room.
Right, you could... Oh, yeah, Chatot, you could record it saying anything. And it got banned from competitive because it did more damage depending on how loud it was, so tournaments were just filled with everybody screaming at the top of their lungs.
Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink. A toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but...
At least you get a desk, that's not so bad.
It won't open. Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge.
I was gonna make a joke about, like, what the most frustrating Pokemon game is, and that would be the game where you say fuck. But I can't... I'm struggling to think what the most frustrating Pokemon game would be. What's the hardest Pokemon game? Not mainline series, like, any spin-off, what's the hardest Pokemon game?
I gave up and made my way back to the bed, and sat down. I sat there for a very, very long time.
Is there a compilation of every single grunt voice line in this game? And if not, can somebody make that video?
Then, I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several. I hear 5 or 6, maybe more. Where? Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold on. Why are there kids here? But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship? It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate.
We do not have... By the way, it is... It's definitely, like, past time, right?
Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then... Yeah! How do you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside. The first bit or so was tight. I had a wriggle on my belly. It wind up eventually, and there was space for me to crawl along on my hands and knees. I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I'd take what I could get. And when I'd been in the thing long enough to start wondering where it'd take me, a massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me. It was like a heavy metal door had just been slammed shut. Then there was a voice.
Oh shit, that happened back then?
What? I wasn't sure what it meant, but anything with incinerator is bad news. Then, almost as if that was a cue, I heard a mess of young-sounding voices. A bunch of them were straight up screaming in terror. And all the sounds together made a howl that made the hair on my neck stand straight up. Damn it! What the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could. I made a giant racket, but I didn't care at that point. I soon found a metal door on the left side of the duct. The kids were screaming on the other side. I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost ripped the metal off its hinges. What the hell is this place? I couldn't believe what I saw. The room had a dome up top, and there had to be about 9 walls, all the same size. Up in the ceiling was an upside-down funnel, almost like a chimney. I looked down. There they were. The kids I'd been searching for.
Oh. Lotus's kid, Snake, Santa, Akane?
They all gawked up at me, suddenly silent. For them, scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Probably both, actually. Not like I can blame them running into a mug like this when they're already scared shitless. I snorted at my own dig at myself and turned to the kids. Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. All of them stood there, frozen. Well, except one. He was a boy, slightly older than the others, private school uniform.
Who the hell are you?
He stepped forward and glared at me suspiciously. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. It looked like they relaxed some the second I got the words out.
How are you gonna help us?
Where's the exit?
There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there...
He kinda cut himself off. I think he was considering something before he changed his mind.
Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death.
Burned to death?
Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start. So.
The voice spoke again.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
They only had 15 minutes. I looked back down at the kids. Looks like a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor. No way I could pull them up. Too big of a distance for any of us to reach. What the hell was I gonna do? But then I got an idea. Wait right there. I'm gonna be right back.
What? Where is he going? Are you just gonna leave us here?
They just got frightened again. I'm not the best at that kind of thing, but I tried to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, all right? I'll be back, I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there. Got it? I didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time. I had to hurry. Well, as fast as a guy could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my cell. Still no way out of there, but I had a plan. I needed something from the room. When I got it, I dove back into the hole and took off towards the incinerator. Then... Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. I tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me. Back in the cell, I'd torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it got the job done.
How smart.
Just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time.
Hello, Trey. How's it going?
Right.
Huh. Wait a sec. Something was off. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered.
I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left.
What? You're telling me you opened that door?
That's what I said.
Then what the hell are you doing here?
We couldn't go with them.
Why not?
Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door.
He was in the middle of explaining when...
Incineration will begin in 5 minutes.
The wall shook a bit from the voice bouncing around.
Look, that can wait, all right? Just get us out of here!
Right! I grabbed onto the rope. The first one I pulled up was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie.
Wait, both the girls
The boy in
went?
a jacket came after. He said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform was the last up. Like the other kid, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny, but I guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast, but when he was almost to me, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door. It had a thick, square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in.
God damn it! What's going on here? Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids?
Oh, that's Ace.
The door opened, and a man stepped in looking half mad with fury. I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation. The man's name was Gintaro Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo saw the boy hanging from the rope.
I would have loved to play this game.
It was like he was an animal. He lunged for the rope. Hurry!
I know!
The boy in the uniform booked it up the rope.
You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit!
15 feet. 10. The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him. I hauled him up and tossed him into the duct behind me.
No!
Hongo had lost it. His face didn't even look human. It was like the bastard pulled off his fake face. He was really a terrifying devil or some kind of damn monster. I quickly reeled in the rope, leaving a fury.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment!
Experiment? What experiment?
Incineration will begin in 1 minute.
Hey, old man! What the hell are you doing? Hurry up!
The boy in the uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in a raging asshole's face before I closed the door behind me.
Okay, so whoever died didn't die there.
The cell, so we went down the other direction instead. After about 30 feet, we came across another duct on the left. This one was heading down. Everybody nodded and took turns sliding down it. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. The one on the left was a normal double door. But the one on the right was familiar. It had black and yellow stripes, and a device next to it on the wall. The plate on it read, Incinerator. Incinerator?
that's where we were.
It was the girl with the red tie who answered me. We were inside an incinerator?
Yeah, Hongo might still be there. It looks like it's been shut off, though.
Wait, what? If he's still in there,
Yeah, that's not good.
that meant we better. We gotta get out of here. Go to the other door, hurry! The kids started running, and I was close on their heels. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase.
Okay.
Run! Didn't need to tell them twice. We went up and up and up. Our feet pounding the steps, our arms pumping fast. We went round and round and round. The devil was on our tail.
What is Seven worried about? Just, unless he has a gun, he could just beat him in a fist fight, right?
We passed a couple of landings when the boy in the uniform suddenly spoke.
Something's up.
Oh no.
Akane's not catching up to us.
Akane?
My kid sister. The girl with the red necktie.
Akane. That's strange. I didn't remember seeing that name on the list of missing kids.
Hey! Akane!
He kept his hands around his mouth and yelled.
Maybe we outran her.
The boy in the uniform skidded to a stop. I stopped too. And so did the other two kids. When did we do that?
Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest in one of them?
Oh my god, that's why she died?
No, that's impossible.
Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs.
He turned to go. Hey kid, wait! God damn it, I said wait! I don't think the kid even heard me. Fuck! I spun around to the boy in the jacket and the girl with the ponytail. I'm going after him. You two keep going, alright? You got it? The girl nodded and ran up the stairs. But the boy...
I'm going with you.
Oh, Mini Talus and Jaffe.
I just nodded and took off down the stairs. I could hear him following me.
Baby Talus and Jaffe, or Talus and Pound to be a little kid. That's adorable.
Akane was nowhere to be found.
God damn it, where the hell did she go?
I could tell the kid was frustrated. And then suddenly...
Help me! Somebody help me!
We heard a girl's voice.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway by the incinerator.
Wait a second. If they were supposed to be brother and sister pairs, why are Snake and Akane in the same place? I thought they had to put the other of the siblings in Nevada.
We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. That bastard Hongo had Akane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator. Come on, goddammit, move!
No, I don't want to! Let me go, please! Let go of me!
They fucked up. That's so...
She planted her feet squarely on the floor and was struggling to get away. But Hongo was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win.
Akane!
My brother roared with anger and charged toward Hongo.
Help me!
Ah! You Hongo lifted Akane bodily into the air and threw her, still fighting him, into the incinerator. Before we could even blink, Hongo had leapt through the door after her. We saw him land inside. Then, the door slammed shut. We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing open. But...
Fuck! It's no use!
Wow,
Goddamn
language,
thing won't
Mini
open it.
Santa.
He started slamming his fists against the door. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
You came back!
Her voice was muffled, but all of us could hear the sheer terror in it.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same damn thing!
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, all right? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right then.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
Damn.
Please help me!
gonna be alright. I'll figure something out, I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise!
Go back into the air vent.
Listening to her sobbing on the other side of the door. Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
It was silent. All they could hear was the creaking of the boat as it shifted in the water. They waited. And waited. But Seven didn't continue.
What happened then?
Junpei couldn't wait any longer. He had to know. Seven looked at the floor.
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Then...
Yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
Seven shook his head. But there was something Junpei had to know.
Hey, are you sure?
Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl, Akane, really...
Seven stared straight ahead at nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended, and we heard something... burning. The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore.
Why didn't they go back to
passed.
the...
The door opened. The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire.
Why didn't they just go around back into the... Whatever. Fine. Fine.
Wavering, and in the middle of the room, there it lay. The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty.
That ruins the story, so I'm not going to be like, oh, why didn't they do something different in the horror film? Like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then...
Junpei felt a cold lump form in the pit of his stomach. A feeling of sickening anticipation washed over him. He could feel his body shivering. He desperately did not want to know the answer he feared he already knew, but he had to ask. He had to know for sure.
Can I ask you one more thing?
What's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Seven looked at Junpei curiously, and ran his tongue quickly over his dry lips.
Kurashiki. Her name was Akane Kurashiki.
Something inside of Junpei stopped. He had no more words left. He had no more Junpei left. He was just a shell of flesh and bone. Seven turned to Snake.
You were there that day, weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You are correct, Detective.
Junpei's mind was blank, withdrawn from the world. Somewhere far away, he could hear Seven and Snake talking.
Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, you idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q. I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you.
Her surprise seemed to be genuine. Seven regarded Clover for a moment and rubbed his chin thoughtfully.
Well, I guess I believe you.
Clover nodded.
All right, let me ask you another question.
He stuck his hand into his pocket and took a few steps. Then he stopped and turned to face them again.
Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki. He's Akane's brother. You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother. But I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning. 9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now. I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection.
The whole taking her hostage?
As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
But who is she then?
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
Santa is Aoi? Akane Kurashiki, June's brother?
That spark caught flame in Junpei's leaden mind, and the fog began to clear. Like an engine beginning to turn, images and thoughts began to coalesce in his mind, coming faster and faster, forming bigger images, bigger thoughts. Junpei blinked. He was back.
There's still a lot we don't know.
Who is that girl?
I mean, like, a lot.
I mean, she was flirting with him.
But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
What?
Come on, man, what kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Hey, go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, all right? Cut me some slack.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary Project. Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashido, the man who financed the project.
You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister. That's why he killed them.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone.
In fact, Junpei didn't think he knew. He couldn't explain why or how, but he had no doubt that Santa had killed no one. Perhaps the madness of the last several hours was finally driving him insane, but Junpei had ceased to be surprised at his sudden knowledge, and had even begun to accept it.
If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
Snake, Clover, and Seven all nodded.
The next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
The person who planned the Nonary Project.
In other words, Ace.
There was a moment of silence.
What?
And then, the room shook. From far away, they heard the sudden rush of water.
What the hell's going on here?
We are out
Must
of
be
time!
6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit!
Come on, we need to get out of here.
Help!
In the drawer that held the picture was a card key. Junpei grabbed it.
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
New material has been added to the file screen. A key card with a 0 in the middle of it. 0. 0. God damn it. Zero's just screwing with us, isn't he? Oh my god, there's so much left. Open. Alright, so this was the last actual room. Junpei, look! It's unlocked! Yeah, now we can go back to the library. Hurry, Junpei, we don't have time. Let's go! Alright, let's go. You found it! I got achievement Seek a Way Out again. The door opened and they stumbled into the library.
Huh. I think the shaking stopped.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger.
You're right. Let's hurry.
They ran across the hallway.
This exit needs the Uranus card too.
Straight for the large metal door. Next to the door was the Uranus card reader.
Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know.
We did it! Thanks for the help, chat. They slid the key card through and the door rumbled
All
open.
right. It's open. Let's go.
Out of the library and into the hallway they ran. At the end of the hallway was a door. Junpei reached into his pocket to pull out the key as he ran toward it.
Okay, Neptune Key. Let's see if you work.
He turned it.
Yes! I think it unlocked.
The lock clicked. As one, they shoved the door open and bored through it. Oh, that's the incinerator. In front of them was another great metal door. Above it was a metal plaque.
It says incinerator. So this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Why does a ship have an incinerator?
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Junpei ran up to it.
Pull that and the door should open.
Got it.
As he spoke, he pulled the lever. So wait, So when they were doing the nonary game, if there were 9 people here and they let through 9 people, they let through a bunch of people through the door, that added up to 5, that added up to 9, why couldn't the last 4 go through? There was no time to waste.
Let's go.
As soon as the door had opened far enough to admit them, all 4 dashed through. Then suddenly, there before them were the 4 who they'd parted from earlier. Ace and Lotus stood in front of the number 9 door. Santa was curled into a ball against the wall of the incinerator, holding his stomach. And there was June. She sat slumped against the wall, exhausted.
What the hell is going on?
Junpei ran toward June. He skidded to a stop in front of her and knelt down.
What's wrong? Are you okay?
Her face was pale, and her lips dry. When she spoke, he could barely hear her.
Jumpy, you came to get me.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
She mumbled the same words over and over, weakly. Junpei could feel his heart breaking.
What happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
She was looking towards Santa. Junpei turned to look as well.
Santa.
Santa grimaced, his face contorted in pain. Seven grabbed him by the collar and roared at him.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
Despite himself, a grunt of pain escaped Santa's lips as Seven shook him.
Don't have it. I got sucker punched.
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Hey, it's the same screenshot as from before!
Ace.
They really didn't want to draw another picture! He did indeed have the revolver in his hand. It was pressed against Lotus's temple. Ace had her pinned to him with the other arm, and she was shaking visibly. Her fiery attitude was gone, replaced by fear. She didn't dare speak. There was sweat on her forehead, and when her eyes were flickering up to the gun pressed against her, they seemed desperately wanted to say something.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals?
Seven's deep baritone rumble shook the walls. Ace sneered.
You have me at a disadvantage, and I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Junpei's voice was casual. Or at least it was trying to be.
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
I don't know how I know that. Junpei couldn't say. He just knew. Another unexplainable mystery.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go.
Behind Ace, Junpei could see the red. It was placed in the small indentation in the wall. Quickly, Ace placed his hand on the scanner. Also not this timeline. Right, like everything is just fucked up.
First is 1. Give me your hand.
It beeped, and he forced Lotus's hand onto it as well.
8. And with this...
Then at last, he reached into his pocket of his jacket. He pulled something out and pressed it against the panel. The third asterisk appeared on the red.
9.
The thing he had used for the final verification was the bracelet with the number 9.
The 9th man. Kubota's bracelet.
Yep.
I believe I've won this game.
His smirk made Junpei's blood boil.
I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is.
Junpei's eyes flickered towards Santa. He hadn't moved since they'd entered the room. Santa was still holding his stomach and groaning as if in immense pain. Junpei wasn't sure if it was real pain, but he wasn't sure it wasn't either.
What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye.
Wait!
Ace, of course, paid no heed to Seven's request and laid hold of the lever of the red. With a sickening sense of finality, he pulled it.
What? Why isn't it opening? One more time.
Lotus tried to take advantage of Ace's confusion and managed to twist herself out of his grasp. But at the last second, he grabbed hold of her wrist and shoved it into the red.
Now open!
He waved the number 9 bracelet over the red and then his own bracelet as well. He pulled the lever a second time. Interesting.
No! What is this? Why? That digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Ace's fury and confusion had overridden all other thoughts. He had set down the revolver. It was just below the red.
Now!
Seven chose that moment to act. He moved faster than a man of his bulk should have been able to and launched that bulk straight at Ace. Smash! It was over before they knew it. In the blink of an eye, Ace was on the floor. He rolled onto his side, groaning in pain. Lotus ran straight for Junpei. She darted behind him and stuck her head out, making sure to keep Junpei between herself and Ace.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven.
Don't mention it.
Seven stood over Ace, his breathing slow and heavy.
Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
9 years ago? Then you must be...
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
Ace planted his hands on the floor and shook his head. Grab the gun! Junpei walked toward him. He stopped and looked down at Ace, with pity on his face.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
I don't know when he killed the captain,
Wait.
though.
Nijisaki?
He peered at Junpei, genuinely confused.
Oh, right. You don't know yet. All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital route.
Okay. Yep.
Which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted.
Is this the exact same words that Ace said before?
You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room.
Why was Nijisaki here, though? Like...
However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki? Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago.
So I guess the Nonary game had 11 people in it.
You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
And you mean to say... Snake is still alive?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new.
Haha.
Thank you for killing the wrong man. But I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Ace's self-derision was frustrating. But Junpei kept his emotions in check and continued. I have no idea when he managed to kill Captain.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room.
He did it right there?
You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course you would have known the solution to every puzzle. Which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it.
And he did it completely silently. The best stealth kill axe murder ever.
You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest. One blow was all it took. And then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
He didn't get a drop of blood on him. He didn't make a single noise. Nothing. Perfectly.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after.
No luminol around.
Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace.
That was the only thing Junpei hadn't been able to figure out.
Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
Because of this.
The Zero bracelet. Slowly, Ace reached down and pulled something out of his own pocket. It was a folded piece of paper.
What's with the paper?
Oh, never mind. It was a piece of paper.
Just read it.
Huh.
Junpei took it and opened it.
Let's see.
This is what it said.
Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the Nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite.
Oh,
and distributed
shit!
Across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please.
Damn.
Zero.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant
I forget
to kill
exactly
him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I can't remember exactly how it played out, but I guess that checks out.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered.
Silently, and we didn't hear it at all.
He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace had confessed everything. What energy he had left with him, with the truth, and he sagged to his knees. Although he had confessed, his sins were not forgiven. Junpei felt revulsion for the pathetic man on the floor near his feet. But among the revulsion was a hint of pity. After all, Ace had not been the only person who murdered those 3 men. Junpei spoke quietly.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake.
Who replaced the Reds? Oh, I guess Santa would have
in
done
the
it.
captain's quarters.
Yeah, Santa did
Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap.
Because Zero got you, dumbass.
But yes, this was a trap.
But why is Junpei here?
It was Zero's trap, and I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't
manipulating
understand.
You, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands.
Now now he's only guilty of kidnapping, breaking and entering, assault, probably some sort of theft, probably money laundering to make this all happen, probably, if we're in Japan, possession of illegal, substances, probably because he drugged people, probably some medical malpractice in there. He was guilty of having those weapons because he put bombs in everybody's chest, and he probably didn't have a boating license.
All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years
But
ago.
he didn't murder anybody, so he's good.
That's why this nonary game happened. Am I right?
Junpei looked over at Santa. As Junpei spoke, he stood up, his legs still shaky.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Oh, that's such bad. I love when actors have to act like they're bad at acting. I love that.
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh?
Seven's face was sad as he spoke.
My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the nonary game this time around was Zero. And Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh?
Santa's smile was sarcastic and something else.
Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then.
Okay,
huh?
can we all leave then?
Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... No, I guess there's 2 things you got wrong. Number 1, I ain't Zero.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait, what?
Okay.
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary.
Okay.
But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say 2 things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said, all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the nonary game. To save someone.
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
What?
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw...
Suddenly, Seven froze. His eyes went wide as dinner plates, and he spun around toward June. Junpei followed his gaze.
What?
She was gone. Where June had been, there was nothing.
What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki?
Seven began to mumble into himself, a strange series of words strung together as if his mind wasn't functioning properly. His face was twisted with effort, as though he were struggling with something they couldn't see. He gritted his teeth and pressed his hands against the sides of his head.
Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
Seven! What the hell is going on?
I don't know. I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
From somewhere far away, they heard a deep, heavy noise. It sounded like a tremendous wheel slowly beginning to turn. Santa seemed to have entered an almost trance-like state. His words were calm and measured.
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For 2 organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information?
Wait, are we gonna, like, send our fucking knowledge of the Nonary game back in time to Akane so she lives?
There were 2 separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles. They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic.
What am I guessing?
The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each
you might have already been doing that.
To be split up.
I mean, I guess, but...
But there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed in the Gigantic with the receivers, like me.
There's been someone with Junpei this whole time.
Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A.
Me? Like the player?
Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Well, that's...
The answer to that is easy. He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures, then? Imagine a river that splits in 2, like an upside-down Y. The river flows from the top and to the bottom from a single stream into 2 branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backward. I guess the narrator, then? Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but it never flows backward. That's why people at the river's source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set and pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. I am God! I am the 9th letter of the alphabet. But I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0. I guess, is it a con? Where did she go? June. No, Akane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover... Oh, shit.
Free.
Santa's got the gun. Santa's got the gun. Guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. I can't switch back to the novel screen. Looks like he turned the tables on Ace, though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head.
Get up.
Santa sure isn't about to take that gun off of him for a minute, is he? Sure isn't about to take that gun off of him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think he would either, but he just looks drained. I can't switch back to the novel screen. I guess he's going for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
He can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. And now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door still opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
Why can't I switch back to the novel screen?
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
No. No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit, we gotta do something! Maybe we can still get through door 9. There's the red. Yeah, alright, we can do this. I just gotta... Nah, it's not gonna work. There's no way. 5 of us can't open this door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 equals 26. There isn't any combination that'll work.
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Sure, why not? I don't think I'm gonna need them. Ever again. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. Looks like she's writing equations. A lot of them. Huh? Oh man, she doesn't look very happy. What? Hey, no need to be ripping out pages like that. Jeez.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Alright, at least 7 got it away from her. Maybe now I can get a look at what she was writing. Let's see.
Huh. What?
And there's no other way?
Lotus. Looks like she figured it out, though. Man, this is just too cruel.
It's okay. Go.
Lotus.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Oh, don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot!
Well, where the hell did that come from? Looks like she's expected that about as much as I did.
Without... if you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
For a cop, he sure doesn't have much confidence.
Bad?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Uh-huh.
Look, I'm just...
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You're all idiots.
Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you're about to cry.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier, at the Red.
Oh, yeah.
No! What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Oh, is it?
Just to see. Why don't we give it a shot?
Oh, is it like in hexadecimal now?
Give it a shot.
Yes, that is what I said.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
Okay. Shit. If we can't get through this door, we can't get out. The walls are too high. There's no way in hell we could get to that hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. I guess this is it. This is the end. Akane vision! I have activated Akane vision! I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums, I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. Hey, so this is a good time to tell you about how 999 worked on the DS. Okay, go for it. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant, and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off in the ship we were on. The bottom screen had the narration. Okay. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonance event melted into him and we became one, inside of Junpei. Somehow, I found myself in Junpei's mind, 9 years in the future. But I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present, and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually, it becomes difficult to separate them, and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
Hey, who's that in the back? That looks like, who's the guy from Persona 4? That was my brother Aoi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
We ran down a long straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got in a fistfight. A girl was watching them beginning to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It's been 2 hours since the nonary game began. We were starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down, and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q, and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
Oh, her name just is Clover. As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hands were 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted.
Damn, he can find 4-leaf clovers despite being completely blind? Wow.
I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is, well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me. And I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all three of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the four-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck?
Damn, what a boss, Snake. Everybody shut the fuck up. I'm gonna inspire you.
Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single four-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Now don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before he was gone, we were calm. Dots, dots. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer, and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. Why weren't we able to get through? Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was only the 1. But if there was only 1 door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors!
We began to panic. Then, as if things had not gotten bad enough already,
Warning, warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
I'm really digging a Kane vision right now.
Place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration.
Okay.
What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
My brother Aoi swallowed hard and answered.
I think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. He was a huge, frightening mountain of a man as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him 7.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
The rest happened just like 7 said it did. Didn't 7 say there were only 4 kids when he came in? The 4 of us who had stayed behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent, away from the incinerator. Okay, so I guess he went in, and then 5 left, and the rest... Okay. We came out the other side of door 9. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Aoi, Snake, and 7. The other children, who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. Oh, she got ahead! I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That was when I realized.
Oh no, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
This is why you fucking died? This is why you died? This is why you died, you fucking idiot. We're all here right now because you had to go back to get a fucking present.
I knew it had missed me when we passed through the vent. Then, had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back, I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me, I was sure of that.
Yeah, I fucking wonder why, you idiot.
I didn't stop to think, I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase. I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and poked around frantically.
There it is!
It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over it towards and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back toward the stairs in freedom, the door to the incinerator opened and a man stepped out. It was Hongo. Gentaro Hongo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards. First step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
Nah. There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Then, suddenly,
Akane!
the door to the stairs flew open, and my brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake.
Akane!
He cried my name again as he leapt towards Hongo.
You came back!
But then,
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. The force of it threw me up to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked toward the open number 9 door. Hongo stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hongo. With the cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. Hold on just a second. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked his screen and then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He had said nothing at all and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later, the 2 other doors slid shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran towards the door with the 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Then it started again.
Warning, warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
So he put 2 of the things in
Incineration
Junpei
will
vision.
begin in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Holy shit. Man, I knew what I was gonna say, but that is one hell of a creepy voice.
I knew it!
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about? It's 9.
You aren't making any sense.
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
I promise. I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
But
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
You know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn!
what kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means.
Well,
God damn it! Okay, Fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7, figure this out.
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing.
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
That seems stupid.
How the hell do you know?
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. Wait. The floor, it's moving. Wait, what? Did this happen 9 years ago? What else can I say about it but...
What the hell is that?
Akane vision!
What is that?
What else could I say? The floor opened and a machine rose up out of it. It looked like a computer. At least it kind of did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off, even as more took their place, and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. All I can see is on this screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kind of freaked out, but handsome. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kind of drives it home. Okay, Junpei, just calm down, alright? Everything's gonna be okay. Gah, man, I wish this thing would just shut up.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's gotta be important. But what the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, move!
Guy. Hey, we're all tense, lady. That doesn't mean you get to shove people around.
Okay, it's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
Sure, I'll just push buttons. I'm sure that'll... Well, at least it's on now. What's on the screen, though?
What is this?
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
It's got a grid of numbers and letters scattered across a 5x5 grid. The numbers range from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle...
The incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
Alright, puzzle. How do you work?
Incineration will begin in 13 minutes.
Am I timed? Shit, 13 minutes. Can we really do this? My heart feels like it's gonna pop. My heart was pounding like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection to Junpei had been gone for a while. His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. I felt the seconds tick by as it stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against a window in the entry was a face. A frightening, evil face. It was Hongo. How long had he been watching me?
Don't know what to do?
He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
It's simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you. Just solve the puzzle on that machine.
Okay. His laughter was muffled by the door, but it still tore at my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hongo, struggling to hold back hot tears.
You're a terrible person! I hate you!
Oh my! How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice.
On the DS version, this was a Sudoku puzzle, and Akane was on the bottom screen and Junpei at the top. You had to turn the DS upside down to solve it. The whole goal of 999 is solving a Sudoku puzzle.
I'm right there. I don't use tricks or play dirty. You see? I've even left you a way out.
Okay, god damn it. The final boss of Sudoku is the final boss of 999 is Sudoku.
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man.
Huh?
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape.
Well, I guess I got morphogenetic fielded, right?
The verification function of the red?
Then I remembered. Before Hongo left the room, he had scanned 2 bracelets into the red.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number?
I looked down at my left hand. The face on my bracelet showed a 5. Ran to the door with the 9 on it. I grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner panel.
You really aren't one for listening, are you?
I hear Hongo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys. Now start the experiment. Solve the puzzle.
I can't! I don't know how!
Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine it will be very painful.
So they fucked up and threw her in here because she's a transmitter, not a receiver. His horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
I was crying. Great gulping sobs broke by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow, I was forcing my legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I can't. I just can't. There's no way. I can't figure this out.
What was I going to do? I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts. All I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweaty. Vomit on my sweater already, mom's spaghetti, and my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot. So hot, I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest as if it would pound itself to pieces. I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Jumpy had given me. At least I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed.
Help me! Jumpy! Help me! Help me! Help me! Jumpy! 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 Please! Help! Jumpy!
Junpei vision!
Akane?
Akane?
Who the hell is Akane?
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
Seven and Lotus don't understand. I think Clover and Snake have an idea, though. Clover's looking at me. And I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way! Where'd she go? Maybe over here?
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane! Say something!
Fuck. Did something break our connection? I swear I just heard her. Shit.
Akane! Answer me! Akane!
Jumpy?
I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. He wasn't in the room, of course. But I'd heard it so clearly. Like he was right there.
Jumpy!
I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
Jumpy!
That's her! She's there! Then that means...
Akane!
Are you an incinerator right now?
Yes, I am! How did you know?
I couldn't believe that he knew that. Now I understand what Santa meant.
Right. There's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
So that's why Junpei's here. Okay. I think I get it now.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
Chubby, we don't have time!
As quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator.
Got it!
And I do. I get everything now. At last, I finally understand what all of this means. I know why the Nonori game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe it. But there's only one possible answer. Zero is Akane Kurashiki. She recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No, she's trying to save herself right now. That means there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some part of an insane plan, I will save her. I will save Akane Kurashiki. I must save her, no matter what.
Incineration will begin in 6 minutes.
Solve the goddamn puzzle, Junpei! The voice reminded me of how much time I had left.
Yeah, I know. Just hang on, alright? I promise I'll get you out of there.
That fever she's been having, that's her burning alive 9 years ago. That's so clever. You know, I did actually think, while we were going through this, I did have a slight thought that, like, Jude's not really helping all that much with these puzzles.
I'm not gonna let you die. I promise.
Like, everybody else, like, gave you information. June really didn't. She's just like, oh, look, cheese.
So don't worry, alright? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. It felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. Okay, we wasted all that time. Can we solve the puzzle now? Alright, time to get to work, Junpei. Is Snake talking to them about something? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Get out of my way!
Hey, what are you...
Just trust me, okay?
Sorry, Lotus. I didn't mean to snap, but there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later, alright? Now, let's have a look at this thing. We've got numbers over this grid. And I think the panels are out of order. So I just need to switch these out? Staring at it isn't going to accomplish anything. Just have to try it.
Just think of what I did all those times before. I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
I like how with my own mind was in brackets. Seek a way out! Wait, what? When I pressed hint, the numbers appeared in empty spots on the grid. They're all single digits. I get the feeling that the numbers changed when I switched out the yellow squares. Oh! Why does it stay blank when I press hint? Anyway, this puzzle sucks! Pressing the numbers again makes the numbers disappear. I can turn them on and off. There is some special meaning to there being two modes? What could it mean? When I flip the hint off, all the empty spots look like the one in the bottom right. Does that mean they're supposed to match? Shut up! Maybe I need to make all the numbers in the squares the same. If I switch out a yellow square... Shut up! Let me play with the fucking puzzle! No, I'm ignoring that. Shut up! I just want to... Okay. Just shut up the fuck up, Junpei. Just shut the fuck up. Ugh. Okay, so that switches. Okay, so it's kinda like Sudoku. 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Ugh. Okay. And give me a minute to think about this. Let's make a row of entirely numbers. So, 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus... Wait. I'm not understanding how this puzzle works. So let's add the numbers. But there are letters here, too. Yeah. I just need to make all the digital roots the same. But what number? Switching out a yellow square affects all hint squares around it. Wait, one square doesn't get a hint number. The 9th spot at the bottom, so it's 9. Only this one stays blank. Maybe a fixed number goes inside. So the 9th square has a different rule. If only knew what number goes here. So, 1... no, that doesn't work. Okay. This is a confusing puzzle. This is a very confusing puzzle. Okay, so... These... Okay, now I'm understanding it. No, I'm not. Never mind. I don't know this one. Oh my god. I don't want to have to go through my head every single... I didn't want to have to go through my head for every single fucking hexadecimal number. Oh my god. I don't want to have to do that. So why is... I don't understand why the number... I skipped through it because I just wanted to look at it, but I don't understand, like, why the numbers are resulting in what they are resulting in. Like, I don't understand. It's actually not hexadecimal, it's all 9. Yeah, but like, this is a number. Like, P is a number. I don't want to have to think about that. Ugh. Like, I know we need to make everything 9. Because it's the nonary game. Alright, So I'm just gonna try, like, this to, like, make 9. Like, how can I make 9 up here? So that makes 9. How does this make 9? You can switch the numbers on the thing, too. You don't have to take from the bottom. Yeah, but I need to put them on the bottom first. Put A there for now. Do this, do this. This would be so much easier with the DES stylus. I am doing a I am just genuinely not understanding this puzzle at all. Like, even remotely. Interesting. I'm not understanding this puzzle at all. Like, I don't... And the letters are fucking me up, and I would need a key, because it's just... I just know it's gonna take me way too long, so I need to make a I need to look up a hexadecimal key. Hexadecimal converter, yeah. I just don't want to have to think about it, because my brain is not in a good spot right now! Did I just hit reset? I just... Alright, so... Reset it and listen to Jinpei's hint. I'm getting too confused. I should reset. A cleaner start should shear my head. No, that... I need to find the password. Ugh. Give me a... I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Alright, because... Once again, this puzzle sucks because the answer is stupid pretender was super cool Sudoku. I guess. So I'm just gonna write out everything in hexadecimal. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. So that would be... So S equals 18. You don't need to be doing... You don't need to do that. Telling you now. Wait, what? So wait, so the letters on this don't correspond to hexadecimal numbers? Jinbei said the bottom tiles seem to make a word. What? But so he mentioned hexadecimal though. Okay, all right, whatever. Let's get all of the letters down here then, I guess. Oh. Are you fucking kidding me, game? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking... You're joking, right? You're literally... You're... Okay. Okay, so I can't switch out something... I can't switch out this here, so I have to have, like, a number down here to actually, like, work with. No, I shouldn't reset. Shut up. So I need a number down here to actually work with. So now I need to figure out the, like, what the, So now I need to figure out how this works, because I wasn't paying attention before. I don't understand how... I need to make the hint numbers something. I need to make them 9, but I don't understand the... I don't understand the rules here. Huh. But why is that? Why is this 9 and this is 7? Have you tried switching it to Wumbo? Yeah, you did actually. Apparently, you had to turn the DS upside down. I don't understand why the numbers are working in the way that they do. Why does 5 here, 7 here, and 3 here make 6? Is it... Oh, is it the... Okay, it's the digital root of all 3 of them. Okay, so I need something that is 3 more than this. Well, that's not gonna work. Let's just throw things in randomly. So all of the numbers adjacent to a thing added together makes that digital root. Okay, fine. Okay, let's just start with a corner out then. How about that? Let's just randomly, before we have to think, let's just randomly rearrange it until we get a bunch of 9s. Lupe, tell him there's a much easier way to do this. Ugh. I don't know. My brain is too broken. So I have to put the numbers over here. I can't just switch them out in the... Apparently I'm trying too hard. I don't know, man. I give up. Reset, I am not resetting. If you reset and just spell password out in the first fewest steps, it'll do it? Why? No, I refuse. I don't refuse. I honestly, I'm actually kind of upset with myself. I thought I was doing so well on all of the puzzles up to that point, and I just fucked it at the end. And I just stupided. And I couldn't figure it out. What do you mean password error? What the fuck do you mean password error? It's what showed up when you spelled password? I wasn't fucking paying attention! I wasn't paying attention. I don't remember what it said. Oh, was it just 9? Was it just 9? It was literally just that? Okay. I literally wasn't paying attention. Type in all 9, that wouldn't work! I literally wasn't paying attention.
Yes, that's it. Akane, did you get it?
And she is
Yes,
toast
I did.
right now.
I solved it. I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I copied everything you did.
Chat solved it.
Now I just have to press enter.
Then what the hell are you waiting for? Push it!
Okay, I will.
So anyway, congrats on saving the coolest Sudoku puzzle ever. I feel so stupid.
Emergency shutdown command has been confirmed. Incineration system has been disabled.
I feel so stupid.
Jump! It worked! It worked! The incinerator shut down! It worked!
Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him, but they were a very different sort of tears. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, what strength I had left disappeared, and I collapsed to the floor. For a while, I just lay there, laughing and crying and enjoying being alive. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst.
Whew.
I can't quite believe I did that. But I am so glad, so glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. Baby, my heart's on fire! No. I don't have time to be thinking about that kind of shit. I need to tell Akane.
Akane! Sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
Oh, of course!
I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. Then I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were 2 bracelets Hongo left behind. But Santa saw her burned body. Well, Seven and Lotus don't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give someone who just saved your lives, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay?
Shut it.
Right. Okay, so maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. So what if I haven't pressed the enter key yet? Alright, nothing hold me back now. Here goes. Wait.
Incineration will begin in 90 seconds.
It doesn't sound like it's stopping.
Oh, fuck.
What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
Okay, maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough. Just hit it again. And again. And again. Okay, that's not working either. The alarm's still going off. What the hell is going on? Got the right numbers in the right boxes. It's perfect! So why the fuck isn't this thing stopping?
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Wait, of course. So what's the numbers showed up after the puzzle mean? 2 plus 4 plus 5. Snake, Clover, me, 7, and Lotus. Then, door 9. No, that's it! That number door isn't a 9. It's not even a number.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Holy shit. Of course. Then we just have to put the right number into the red and...
Incineration will begin in 30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I don't have much time. Maybe I sure hope they can trust me on this one or we're all fucked. Alright, no time to explain, just go.
Quick, verify your numbers on the red.
Verify?
Who?
What combination?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Hurry, 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 hurry!
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
Oh, thank fucking Christ. No time to be happy. Time to go!
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes. Go, go, go!
Come on, guys, move it! Okay, they're all through. Move it, Junpei! Just in time. Want to see if you can figure this out before they explain it. And there goes the door. No, don't calm yet. You're not done. Still gotta find the dead. Why did it open? Because that was their numbers listed on the puzzle at the bottom. It was 2, 5, or 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. But it's a 9 door. So?
Shit. Looks like we made it, huh?
Man, that guy sure can laugh when he wants to. Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap, but...
Akane? Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel. But, nothing. The door opened. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
I cried his name, even though my voice was almost gone from screaming, and leapt into his arms. But that's not what you remember. Did we just break the space-time continuum?
Akane.
I buried my face in his chest and cried again. I cried and cried and cried. The steady thump of his heart made my ear feel like I was home. It was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go and held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. Hey, you're gonna explode. I had felt the warmth of another human body in what it seemed like an eternity. I just wanted to stay there until in his arms forever, but I couldn't. The moment I passed through the door, my bracelets had begun to count down to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. I spotted the dead only a short distance away. It took me a moment to get to and scan all the bracelets. I left the ones Hongo had dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. I took a deep breath and looked around. The huge detective who we'd call 7 in 9 years and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open.
Alright, let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
I was right. We had to get moving. There's another option? I don't fucking know, man. We took off running up the spiraling stairs to freedom. Time for more running. But if they get us out of here, no wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear. God, I can't wait to breathe real air again. Huh? Is Seven talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something? That door, the one with the 9 on it.
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital route 8.
But it also is Z.
It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Or is it hexadecimal, probably?
Why?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Yeah, it's always hexadecimal.
Base?
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
Then how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there. B, C, D, etc.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
So, what about it?
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Wait, what?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Well, the numerical digits are the same. So, I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16.
H is 17, I is 18, J is 19.
K is 20, L is 21, M is 22.
N is 23, O is 24, P is 25.
Yeah, and? What comes after that?
Oh, so it wasn't a 9, it was a Q.
Q.
20.
And what does that mean?
That wasn't a 9 on the door.
It was a Q. A fucking lowercase Q.
Wasn't this game Japanese at
Legit.
first?
I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
Time for more running. God, my thighs are killing me. I swear, any moment now, I'm gonna tear a muscle. I feel like every cell of my body is dying for air. Damn, every breath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe just a short rest. No, I can't stop. Don't have time. Come on, legs. There can't be any more of these steps left. Let's run. Run like a bullet down a rifled barrel. Like a tornado cutting through a sea of clouds. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant coiled dragon. Finally. Jesus, I can barely breathe. No, Junpei, no time to rest. Pull yourself together. You're almost there.
All right, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Yes. We're finally here.
Please do.
Sure, you look like a big heavy door, but the only thing standing between me and my freedom. But even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're gonna open, and you're gonna open now. Akane vision. I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Oi's. He gave it a small, reassuring squeeze. I was so healthy I could feel like I could melt. My heart was at peace. And only because my brother and I were back together again. Thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped were finally able to escape from the gigantic. On the distant horizon, we could see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. The last cry echoed across the ocean, and then it was gone.
It's over.
Allie whispered.
Yeah.
It was over. It was finally over. Or was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years. Yes, finally, air! God, damn, that sun is bright. I can barely see anything. I gotta admit, this doesn't look quite like... Wait.
No way.
You have got to be shitting me.
What?
It can't be.
This is...
Oh, we're in the desert.
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
But where'd the
mock
water come from?
experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in Building Q.
Sure enough. There's a desert out there with mountains all around it. Well, I guess the ship would have sank. Hello there, son. Boy, am I ever glad to see you. I don't think I've ever been so happy to see a sunrise. Huh? Did I just hear something fall? Oh. Right, our bracelets. I guess I've never really got a good look at the underside of these. Let's see what's inside you. Just a little electronic chip, like an ATM card. That's it. There's nothing else. Nothing that even looks like a detonator. There was never a detonator to begin with. Figures.
Akane.
So we gave the 9th man a bomb and nobody else.
Jumpy.
Heh. Guess I must be pretty crazy about the girl. I think I'm hearing her voice over in the wind. So where is she? Oh, so it just doesn't... There's an after credit scene, don't worry. Oh my god. So, game got weird. Game got very, very weird. I liked it. I mean, it was fun. The last puzzle was very frustrating, and I feel like the game beat me. Welcome, you are now indoctrinated. We'll see. It's... I don't know if I'm going to be playing a 40-hour game on stream. We'll see. But... like I said, the game, like... the game was mostly grounded in reality, and then it wasn't. Just for the, like, last 3 hours. It was just kind of off-the-wall crazy. But, like, it kind of... So... I'm not sure this is your type of game. Like, I like visual novel puzzle games. It's, like, the story that I'm gonna get caught up on. Like, the gameplay of it was good until, like, the very last second. But, like... I'm having trouble finding, like... the logic behind the motivations of the character, because, like, okay, so Akane needed Junpei to know how to do that puzzle, but to get to that point, she also needed Junpei to have, like, alternate versions of Junpei to exist
Are
in
you okay?
other realities to know that information. So like let's say that there were 5 endings. There were 5 other endings. Or well, there were 5 other endings. In those realities, Junpei doesn't do all of this. The only way that he's able to do all of this is because in some other realities, he was able to figure out this stuff. But the problem is that, like, in these realities, Akane also existed, so therefore died. So, only in 1/6 of all infinite realities did Akane live. Right? Am I saying that correctly? Are you okay?
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
And I guess Junpei was just chosen because we were Akane's childhood friend? It was just before the end of elementary school. Junpei and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill looking down at the town as the sun slowly set.
How does it look then?
He was half serious and half joking. So is what actually happened in this particular timeline, June actually died, and we sent brain waves to past Akane in other timelines that were not our own? Like, is she gonna show up at the end here? Like, is she all of a sudden alive? Did we go back directly into our timeline and all of a sudden she was alive?
Well, let's see. It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts.
Toads don't give you warts,
but
that's a
then
lie.
they
That's a
just
lie.
kept growing and growing and growing.
What does that even mean?
Junpei grinned and...
Ow, 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 ow.
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless. You can't beat 5 8th graders, Jumpy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
Okay. Look at the Navaza Desert go past. For an SUV, this thing has a pretty smooth ride. Sure was nice of someone to leave us out here outside the building, keys in the ignition and gas in the tank. Almost like it was a present, you know? Anyway, we jumped in and now we are here, screaming across the desert. Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven and I are all squeezed in the back seat here. I still can't believe we let her drive.
Woohoo! This is so fun! This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around, and there's no speed limit.
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, all right? This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right? Suck it up.
Why don't you drive, Seven?
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
He doesn't have an international license.
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up. And Clover, there's no need to slow down. The car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
Okay. Where's Ace? Did we just shoot him?
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out.
For 9 years, Akane has been both alive and dead. She was inside the box until a donor game was inside. Okay.
There's no doubt about it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
Sure thing.
But alive enough to be there. Whatever. Ooh, shit. God damn it, she doesn't have to drive so fast. Man, I didn't even think a car like this could go this fast. We're sure throwing up a lot of dust. It was a couple hours after we'd run into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes at the back of the hills, drenching a kitten in gasoline. What the fuck? The moment we saw what they were doing, Jumpy ran up to them, furious.
Hey! What the hell are you doing?
Then he jumped on them. He quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
The policeman and I headed back to the hill. All we found was Junpei sprawling on the ground with his face covered in big, swelling
You
lumps.
couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
I asked him. He stuck his tongue through the hole in his mouth where a tooth had fallen out.
Yeah, I guess I could've...
Akane Kurashiki is the living embodiment of Schrodinger's cat. Did Santa, was Santa cognizant of the fact that she was there, but also not?
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
He was? Okay.
Oh, you mean the bunnies.
Yeah, the bunnies.
He plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it into the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits. I couldn't forgive them for that, so I... Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Yeah, no kidding. Of course, they probably don't know her any more than I do.
Like Ace. Well, guess I should say Gitaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary Project? Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Well, yeah, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
Yeah, he is. Still tied up, I'm assuming, with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just look empty. No emotion. He looks like he's just given up. Wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't, you old bastard. Let's get that tape off your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
You could at least look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces. I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces. By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
That's horrible. That's horrible justification for everything.
That's it?
Yes, if you want to put it simply. But if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, you can supply that as well. You see, the human collective
Nope, don't care. I think that's enough of you, pal. Time for the tape to go back on.
All right, so what's your second question?
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Well, someone's a little nosy.
Well, my next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing. What's the deal with that?
Well, see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own, hoping I'd catch up when he finally slipped up. And during the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Bourdain and Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, fine, I'll let you talk, but you gotta behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it but the root of a peculiar plant. My research determined that it was a member of the genus Mandragora, of the family Solanaceae. I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it. I used that extract to create Soparin. Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
Shit, this is gonna go on forever. Tape's going back on, Hongo. The rest of my questions can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride. Akane Vision!
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is, for you, doll. His name is Junpei.
Jumpy pulled something out of his pocket and shoved it out his arm toward me. In his hand was a doll made out of yarn, small enough to fit in his palm.
Jumpy, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so, so that means it's for you, right?
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea then.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
Anyway, this also explains why Junpei is seen innocence. Okay.
Well, you know how after June, we aren't gonna get to see each other too much? I mean, we're gonna be in different schools, and I just thought I'd, you know,
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June then?
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe. This doll, traditional charm of tribe. So I give this, it me. So we always together.
Oh, Jumpy.
Okay.
If something bad, then hold and pray.
Which she did.
I go wherever you are. So here, take.
I reached out my hand and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell onto June's tiny yarn body.
Oh, Jumpy. I'll never forget you. I promise.
Jumpy looked straight into my eyes and said just 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
The nonary game. What? The sky was a beautiful crimson red as it melted down toward the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat, bathed in the warm light of evening, just the two of us, leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder. The sun set, and we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one, the lights of the town began to flicker on. Junpei vision. There's still one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, and also the only one that's really important. It had to do with June and Akane. 9 years ago, she died in the incinerator on the Gigantic, but she's alive now, as June. But how? Was it because I tapped into the morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Alright, let's say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then how did I make sense of what Seven remembers? Snake's makes sense. He's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. But Seven, he said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Or, wait, maybe that's not it at all. There is one other logical explanation. What was that? What was what you told me the truth, Seven? You look satisfied. No way. He couldn't.
Hey, look! Over there. There's somebody next to the road.
Huh? What?
The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. The desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there on that shimmering plain was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. Really? Fucking really? Really? Okay, fine. Whatever. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Whatever. Whatever. Fuck it. Do I have all the achievements for this game? Do I have all the achievements for this game? Actually, I can't look because it's wrapped up together with another game. Actually, wait, no, I can. Achievements. I've only locked 8! Only locked 8? Oh, one more thing. The stream's name. Well, the protagonist of VLR's name... His name's Ligma? Is Sigma? That's hilarious. That's amazing. Just call him Sugma. Just call him Sugma at this point. God damn it. Well, I mean, this was Zero Escape. I really don't know how to... Wait. What's happening? Okay, what is this? It's just the opening cutscene. Okay, whatever. So, I guess Alice is actually, like, real, then? And 7 was working for Alice or something? I mean, okay. This was 999. What's Memories of the Escape? I'm just gonna click on something. Oh, can you just, like, go straight to the escape rooms if you want to? Yeah, you can just go straight to the escape rooms if you want to. Okay. Yeah, so, this was Zero Escape. I really don't know how to, I really don't know how to conclude this. Like, it was a good game. It got kind of weird. I wish, personally, I wish it had less amount of weird stuff scattered throughout. I wish it had weird stuff scattered throughout the game instead of right at the end just kind of vomiting all of the metaphysical stuff all at once. Because every single other path is grounded in reality, and then the very, very last one, the canon one, is just like time travel, telepathy, ancient Egyptian queen that's still alive, multiple realities, Schrodinger's cat, alive and dead, and misremembering things, and so it's kind of a matter, not like pacing, but like tone, because you have to, the way that the game is structured is that you almost have to get this ending last. You almost have to. It just makes sense for it because you need to, like, have the save file where, like, you got the, safe ending. But, like, and then you just get into the other one, the last one is just like, bam, boom, boom. It's kind of like an orange and toothpaste sort of thing, where it's like, if you're gonna have that metaphysical stuff, that's fine, and get you kind of think, but then you're just kind of like, just completely blindsided. And it's like, this is criticism, but sure, I like the game overall. And, like, the reason that what kind of sucks is that this is, like, clearly this is a murder mystery, basically, with no way for you to solve it. There's no fucking way you're figuring this shit out the first time, which is a little frustrating, a little, because it's like, a good murder mystery, I feel like, should be difficult to understand, but still possible with the evidence that is given to you. You're never figuring this shit out. Like, it's impossible. but it tells a good story, so maybe it's less of a murder mystery than I thought. I was kind of going into it, like, with the first couple, like, with the first thing going on, it's like, you know, I thought it was like, okay, what's going on here? I'm really excited to be able to piece this together. But there's no piecing together to be done. Like, there's no way you're figuring this shit out. Because all of a sudden in one of the endings, the game just decides to play by completely different fucking rules. But in that respect, like, I was gonna say that, like, it feels like one of those games that you play multiple times and you kind of, like, glean new information every single time. So, and I love games that are like that are super, super detailed, and you just very slowly, you piece things together, like, that you didn't realize before. It's like, oh, that was intentional. Rewatch that clip from Door 9? Okay, I will do so. I'm gonna shut up the nonary game to do this. So you're gonna see a black screen for a second. We get to hear my awful voice. Go to the channel. You can see I can streamception myself. I need to go to, wait, hold on. Let's go to the, actually, let's do this instead. Try to figure out the best way to do this. Content, clips. Did we win? We did win. Kind of, but we're confused. Search clips on my channel, and then, this. Alright. Oh shit! Lotus leapt forward. She grabbed Clover by the sleeve and ran for Junpei in the door. Fuck! Caught by surprise, Santa froze for a moment, then shot forward like a bullet from a gun. Lotus had a head start, but Santa had the advantage in size and speed. Almost immediately, he passed Lotus and Clover.
No, wait!
Santa did not hesitate. He slammed his head down on the red.
This is insane! This isn't right!
He glared at Junpei, his chest heaving.
Yeah, well, you may be right.
Oh, that's okay. I see it. Junpei's voice was cold, but not without effort.
But
he turned to the red and pulled the lever. Okay. With the sound of metal on metal, the door opened. It would only remain for 9 seconds. There was no time to think.
Go.
Junpei and his 3 reluctant companions jumped into the door's gaping mouth, one after another. No sooner did... Yeah, so yeah, that happened. That was the thing that happened. That was a thing that happened. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Like, you know, that... it's one of those things that, like, oh, you don't think about it immediately, but like, oh yeah, yeah, that's it. So what did I, what is this clip? With the truth, and he sagged to his knees. Although he had confessed, his sins were not forgiven. Junpei, but in among the revulsion, Junpei spoke quietly.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet.
Oh, so Santa and Akane knew there was a path Junpei needed to take where they died. They accepted that, but Door 3 wasn't one of those routes. Okay. So that's what he meant by this isn't right. It was just going completely against his plan. Okay. 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 There's also a clip called Damn Santa.
But it's pretty rare for a fever to get that high.
Oh shit, this is why you clipped this. This is why you clipped this. This is why you clipped this. I understand. That's dire.
Temperature up to 107. Of course, there are other external things that could.
Aye!
Like what?
Well, let's see. Something like getting locked in a sauna.
Aye!
Or getting thrown into an incinerator and burnt to death.
Oh, he just straight up said it. Well, I think you just burned to death. Oh, that's clever. That's clever. It's very clever writing. I appreciate things like that. I mean, overall, I did like this game. I really, really did. Like, I do recommend it. I do recommend that. Yeah, like, it was good. It was good overall. But my brain feels broken, so I'm going to be done now. This was Zero Escape 999. Maybe we'll play Virtue's Last Reward at some point. Maybe I'm a little reluctant. I wasn't expecting this to take 7 streams, and I'm a little. That's hard to do. But if there's enough of demand for it, maybe we'll revisit it. But I've been told that it is 40 hours, which is kind of insane. So yeah, we'll put a pin in that. I mean, the next very, very long game is going to be Persona 5, like, no doubt. Has to be that. I think you will really like VLR, but I understand if you want to play it on your own time. I feel like it's a good game to stream. It's just the time commitment. Like, I would love nothing more than to play that game for, like, a 40-hour work week and just knock it out and be done. The problem is that I can't realistically stream any more than I already do. And, like, if a game is that long, it's going to take up the Monday and Saturday slot. Yeah, if it's that long, it needs to take up the Monday and Saturday slot. And that's asking a lot. Like, it's just, there's so many games I want to play. There's so many games I want to play. And, like, dedicating myself to one for... So, there's either two options. Either it goes into specifically the Monday or Saturday slot by itself. And, like, it exists there for, you know, if it's 36 hours, that's 12 streams. So, for 3 months, the Monday slot is nothing but VLR. Right? Or we combined the games, or we combine it to both Monday and Saturday, and for like a month and a half, I'm only playing that and Pokemon. And that's tough. That's like, I like being variety. Now, Persona is different because Persona, I think, is like the best games that I've ever like streamed on this channel. So that gets kind of like a special sort of consideration. So I don't know. Like, yeah, P5R is going to be pretty long, but I've accepted that. That's going to be like the biggest game I ever play. That's going to be the biggest game in the history of the channel is P5R. That's different. So, and I'm ready to accept that. But that's not for a couple months now. We have about roughly 2 months before that game comes out. In the meantime, we're going to be doing more variety. We're moving on to new stuff. There's not going to be a stream this Saturday because I have family visiting. And there's not going to be anything on Friday either because the family is visiting from like Wednesday to Monday. So, on Monday, we're going to start Resident Evil 0. Kind of a divisive game in the Resident Evil fandom, and American Bandit and Snow Wolf are going to laugh at me for that entire time. It's going to be great for them. On Saturday, we're going to be playing Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, because that is probably the Metal Gear game I know the least about, but it's also apparently really good, and it's been having a little bit of a resurgence recently. So I kind of want to capitalize on that popularity. And then, of course, Pokemon is always going to be on Friday, but you know, it's Pokemon. You guys know Pokemon. Anyway, is anybody streaming right now? Is there anybody that's live? Oh, God, Rick, you're really... Oh, we could raid Snoop Dogg. Do we want to raid Snoop Dogg? Yeah, let's raid Snoop Dogg. He's playing nothing. He's got an Xbox Live loading screen, like, stream up. So, yeah, go raid Snoop Dogg. Did you know that if you add Snoop Dogg to an Instagram chat, he'll never leave ever? It's great. Don't do that, though. But I have done it, and it's hilarious. But don't do that. It's not like he's gonna respond. But go watch Snoop Dogg look at a loading screen. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!